Good morning, guys. Today we are going to solve a problem on composite wall using your ANSYS software. The first problem is a furnace wall is made up of inside silica brick, that is K equals to 1.5 watt per meter Kelvin, and outside magnesia brick K equals to 4.9 watt per meter Kelvin. Each 10 centimeter thick. The inner and outer surface are exposed to fluids at the temperatures of 820 degrees Celsius and 110 degrees Celsius respectively. The contact resistance is 0.001 meter square Kelvin per watt. The heat transfer coefficient for inner and outside surfaces is equal to 35 watt per meter square Kelvin. Find the heat flow through the wall per unit area, per unit time, and temperature distribution across the wall. So I have taken a problem from a textbook. This problem is given in April 2001 in VTU examinations. Okay. Now, next slide. Now see, this is what a given problem has been figured out into a picture format. Okay. Now, two walls are given. One is made up of a silica and magnesia. See, I have taken here two walls. So this is the first wall. Okay, this is a one more wall. See, in between the walls, he has given a contact resistance. The value is 0.001 meter square Kelvin per watt. Now, this length is L1 and L2. Actually it is not L2, it is L3. Okay, L1 and L3 it will be 100 mm, because in between this there is a small material is there. This will be, we will take it as a L2. Now this L2 you can replace, that is L3. Okay, then what is the temperature? T1 here 820 degrees Celsius, T6 is 110 degrees Celsius. Okay, that is because it is exposed to a fluid. The temperature on this side is 800, that is inner and outer surface are exposed to a fluid. That H value will be 35 watt per meter square Kelvin. Now T1 is 820 degrees Celsius and T6 is 110 degrees Celsius, and H1, H4 is there, but H1 and H4 both are the same property is given, 35 watt per meter square Kelvin. Now you have to calculate L2 using RC. You can assume your K2 value and A value. You can calculate K2 will be equal to 1 watt per meter Kelvin, because RC is given, L2 is given, A you can assume it. You can determine K2, that K2 will be equal to 1 watt per meter Kelvin. Now I got three properties. K1 I know, K3 I know, K2 I know. Then only unknown is here. You want to determine the temperatures across the wall. What is the temperatures? T2, T3, T4, T5. Now how to calculate this? Now I will show theoretically. This is how you can calculate theoretically using this formula. Okay, you can calculate, that is Q will be equal to 4889.21 watt per meter square Kelvin. Meter square. You can calculate this. Similarly at T2, T3, T4, T5, see the more based on your modes of heat transfer, you can calculate all the values. What is the temperatures across the wall? T2, T3, T4, T5. Now this is how you can calculate theoretically. Now I'll go to next. See how to solve same problem in ANSYS. See, to solve this problem, first make it your FE model. Total how many nodes you should locate. If you go for problem, you require totally 6 nodes. T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6. T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6. Now elements is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements. Now if you take your for FE model, element number 1, element number and element type. See, if you go your second element, element 2, element 3, element 4, the modes of heat transfer you can observe is here it is a conduction, but T1 and T5, that is 1 and 5, element number 1 and 5, the mode of heat transfer is your convection. Now how to model this? Okay, how to model using your ANSYS. Now for that, just I will minimize this. I will open ANSYS. Now I can open ANSYS. Now see, in this how to solve this problem. First go with the preferences. So yeah, you are solving a thermal problem. Click thermal, give OK. Then go to preprocessor, element type, select add, edit, delete, add. Now what are the elements you should select? Link 32 for conduction. Now similar link 34 for convection. Now see here 32, 34. This is for conduction. This is for convection. Whenever conduction is there, use link 32. Whenever convection is there, use link 34. Now close this. Now after this real constants, go to real constants, add, edit, delete, add. Now select your link 32. Give what is the area. Area is 1 meter square. Just click OK. 1 meter square. Now once again add, because you have to give area for convection. Give 1 meter square. See, assume 1. If not given, always assume 1. Okay, close. Now set 1 stands for conduction, set 2 stands for convection. Now minimize this. Next, material properties, material models. Now go to giving all the properties first. Thermal, conductivity, isotropic. Now first one, what is the first material? K1. K1 is 1.5 watt per meter Kelvin. I'll give 1.5. Okay. Then material, new model, because I cannot give one same values there. I want to create one more model, because 3 K values I want to give 2. Now what is second one? Second one is your contact resistance, that is 1. Only 1 is 1 watt per meter Kelvin. Then go to next material, new model. Now take your material ID 3. Now click isotropic. Now what is the material value here? 4.9 watt per meter Kelvin. Give OK. Now after this material, new model, 4, but new model 4, see only 3 conduction materials are there, K1, K2, K3 is over. Now you should go for fourth one. Fourth one is a convection film coefficient, that is HF is equals to 35 watt per meter square Kelvin. Yeah, okay. Now say I had given K1, K2, K3 and H4 or H1, H4. Now all the values are given. Now close this. Now go to next, minimize this, go to modeling. See, go to modeling, create nodes. Now first node in active CS, first node is 0 at the origin. I am starting from origin 0, apply. Now second node, say I want to assume a value, I want to assume 1 millimeter, that is will be 0.001 meter, apply. Then after this it will be third node, if you create it, it will be 100, that is L1 is given is 10 centimeter, that will be 100 millimeter. Then if you convert it with respect to your location, it will be 0.101, apply. Then after this 1 millimeter is here, that is 0.102, apply. Okay, then after this it is 0.202, that is your node number 5, apply. Then node number 6, last node is there, that is your 1 millimeter from 5 to 6, that is 0.203, give OK. Now see, this is your 6 nodes has been created. So after creating 6 nodes, now you want to create elements, go to elements, element attributes. Now first element is, if you 1 and 2, you have to create element between 1 and 2. If you want to create element between 1 and 2, you have to see what is the mode of heat transfer. Mode of heat transfer is convection. Now how to change it to convection? Now change this to convection, select link 34. Then material property required is your 4, because you have to give convection property. Then set value is 2. Now clip it thus, give OK. Now go to auto numbered through nodes. Now in this box, small box, you can type it 1, 2, 1, 2, give OK. Now element is created between 1 and 2. Now you want to create 2 and 3, go to element attributes, because it is a conduction. Now replace it by conduction, link 32. Then property is 1 here, then this will be 1, material model is 1, set number is 1, give OK. Now once again go to through nodes. Now if you want, you can select it, otherwise just go for typing it 2, 3. Just key. See, now it is type, it has created 2, 3. Now once again element attributes 3 and 4, it is once again it is a conduction, but in element attributes I want to change the property, because I want to give K value should be 1. For that, keep your where you are given K, material model 2 will be, or K will be equal to 1. Give that value, give OK. Now through nodes, now once again here select it 3, 4, give OK. Then after creating thus, now go to once again element attributes, once again conduction, this is your element number 3 here, material number 3, same, keep it same, give OK. Now through nodes, go to here, create 4, 5, give OK. Now created. Now last one is 5, 6 is there, 5, 6 it is a convection, replaced by convection, there is link 34, keep the property of H1 and H4, that is 4, then keep it here 2, that is your real set number 2, give OK. Now once again through nodes, create element between element, that is 5, 6. Now you created 5, 6. Now you create all the elements. Now minimize this, go to next. Say you don't have any option of meshing here, because already you have created in terms of nodes and elements, you don't want to convert it. Say for that purpose, go to next solution, or directly go for applying your boundary condition, that is go to define loads, solution, define loads, apply thermal. Now what do you want to apply? Temperature, go to temperature, on nodes. Now which node you want to apply? Just type here, first node I want to apply temperature. What is the temperature value? See here, select temperature, what is the temperature value? 820 degrees Celsius. 820 is a one temperature, that is at node 1. Similarly I have one more temperature on nodes, that is on node 6, type 6 here in this box, in small box here, OK. Now what is the temperature? That is 110 degrees Celsius. 110 degrees Celsius, give OK. Now I had given temperature 110 and 820, minimize this, anything you want to give it, just observe anything is missing. See, you are given temperature, you are given all the K values, everything. Now next step is go for solve current load step, solve the current problem, current load step. Now give here S. Now solution is done, close this, now minimize this, See, after this go to general post processor to see the results, go to read results, click last set, OK, minimize this. Now go to your go to list results, I want to see what is the temperature. Now go to nodal solution, now DOF solution. Now what is the nodal temperature? Just keep it here. See, this is what the temperature, you got it, 680, 354.36, 349.47. This is what the temperatures you obtained. Then after temperature, next thing you want to see what is the Q value, because in theoretically you solved Q1 your temperature. Now I want to see Q value. To get your Q value, I want to define an element table. Now minimize this, go to element table, define table, add, Okay, now by sequence number SMIC1, you just type it SMIC1 here, give OK. Now close this. Now go to once again list results, go to your element table data. In the list results, click SMIS1, give OK. Now see, this is what the value got it. Now this is what the temperature distribution T1, T2, T3, T4 up to T5, T6. Now given temperature 820 and 110, in between that you want to calculate it. You calculate T2, T3, T4 and T5. What is 2 means? Temperature at 2. 3 means temperature at 3. See, if you want to know what is this temperature nodal solution, what is this? Say this is your heat flux 4889.2. Whether you want to check these answers are correct or not, how to check it? Already we have solved it theoretically, correct? If you open the problem, you have solved theoretically, just go for backslide. See, what is the temperature? 680, 354, 349, 249. What is your Q? 4889.2. Now just minimize this. Just observe here, same answers you are getting it. Okay, this is how you can solve the problem in your answers. Okay, now if you want to see any further, that means if you want to plot the results, so you have option of plotting. This is listing the results. Now if you want to plot the results, go to plot results, contour plot, nodal solution. Now DYF solution, same nodal temperature, you can plot it. See, nodal temperature, you have plotted it. See, if you want to see it in a little bit better manner or three-dimensional manner, just go to plot controls, style, size and shape, display of element, switch on, give OK. Now you have seen this, and now keep it in a three-dimensional manner, that is 3D. Just click for 3D. Okay, now this is how your problem is. See, this is what the heat transfer is occurring. Okay, thank you.